We're live here on the Fantasy Football Forge. Welcome in to Friday. It's Friday. I do not apologize for my community post or whatever earlier using the It's Friday song as the theme for that. It is what it is. So, welcome in. If you are watching this in the future, I will go over a little bit of news. If nobody comes in, I will do an Underdog fantasy draft. I have that prepared to go. It's Friday, so, hopefully people are doing better things with their lives than this. But, hey, sometimes this is what we like to do with our lives. So, welcome on in. And I do want to let you know you're drafting this weekend and you want a cheat sheet. I've got one for you up on the website, www.theffforge.com. So that's 3 F's in the middle there, theffforge.com. My rankings are up to date. You can just click on the rankings tab at the top of the website, and then right along here are obviously each individual position. And at the top of the page, you can click on that little tab that I just clicked on, and that'll get you the cheat sheet here, which is my rankings averaged along with the ADP, actually, to help you draft better. I think it helps. So that's why I average it out with the ADP. As always, before your draft, make sure to take a peek at it and highlight, asterisk, anybody who you think's a little bit lower than you would like them to be on this list, so you don't forget about them during the draft, so they stand out to you. And with that, let me get a copy of this. There you go. There's your link to the mock draft. And what's up, Michael? How you doing? Football extraordinaire. What games are we got going tonight in college? One moment. My cat wants to go outside, so we'll let her. Yeah, good. There we go. All right. Mr. Santiago, I haven't seen you for a little bit. We were, had quite a few people come through yesterday. We'll see how it is today. There are a few news reports that came out. Hello, finished my drafts already, but thanks for doing the mocks consistently. Appreciate it. You're very welcome, man. Appreciate you. How did your drafts go? You happy with your teams? I feel like nobody's ever mad with their teams, but like, who are some of your targets that you wanted and ended up getting, and is there anybody that you didn't necessarily want, but they fell far enough in the draft that you're just like, I guess I'll take them? Let me know. All right, so news items from over the past 24 hours. Report came out about quarterback Spencer Rattler, who is a rookie quarterback with the New Orleans Saints, just obviously drafted this last year. He has impressed, and there are reports coming out of, trickling, I assume, out of some of the people around the organization there in New Orleans who have said that, that he is impressed. They like him. He's not an immediate threat to Derek Carr, but at the same time, it sounds like, to me, if you read the tea leaves, if Derek Carr were to struggle throughout the season, there might be some murmuring within the organization to get Spencer Rattler out there to see what they have for the future. I think that could make sense. That's why you drafted Spencer Rattler to begin with. So that makes sense. He's on track. He's everything that they hope for, I would say. If not, maybe even ahead of what they might have expected. So good for them if that turns out. You never know. And those reports, you never know for sure. But that is something that was reported upon. Kansas City wide receiver Hollywood Brown has been ruled out for week 1 already. They have the Thursday night game, so got that out of the way. Now we know. And Baltimore tight end Mark Andrews was back on the practice field today. So I didn't see if that was full participant, partial participant, or anything like that. But he was back practicing, I assume full, because there was no specification that it was limited. And so good news there for Mark Andrews. Michigan State. Who's Michigan State going again? Went completely opposite than all my mocks. Right, dude? I swear. Mock drafts are definitely good practice, but that's why I think getting volume and just testing out strategies. So even if it goes differently, like you have some sort of, okay, I've run this path before. I know how I can be comfortable with it. I know I need, so many wide receivers off of the board by a certain area of the draft, or I'm not going to feel too comfortable with that or whatever. It's why it's good to fool around with these things. Well, thanks for stopping on through. I don't know how to keep you entertained until I do a mock. So I think what I'll do is I will just join an Underdog fantasy draft, and if people come, I can start this draft. And if I miss a pick or two, I miss a pick or two or six, whatever. So let's do that. There is a poll currently going on about Spencer Rattler. Will he take over as the quarterback one at some point this season? I have not voted, but so far, 50-50. Yes, no. Nobody's voted for maybe so. I'm actually a maybe so. I think it really just depends on not so much Spencer Rattler as it does Derek Carr. And I think they have a pretty good schedule, like maybe the best schedule in the NFL. So I guess I lean towards no. I think Derek Carr will have them in the win column enough, and in that division, the race will come down to the stretch that I'd assume they're not at a point where it's like, all right, well, bring out Spencer Rattler, unless maybe it's one of those final couple of games of the season. But they might try to get him out there at the end of some games if they're all wrapped up, stuff like that, just to give him a little bit of experience and see. Let's do 12-person. I just forget what these little things mean. Basketball, football. I think it's just a regular 12-person. What's the B? Beginner. I don't know. I mean, can I join this? Alright, I guess we'll do the beginner one. I guess I'm still a beginner. Yeah, because this one was pretty much filled and the other one had nobody in it yet. Football extraordinaire. I don't think I did. Ten-team, 3 wide receiver. What you got, Santiago here? Stroud? Hold up. I can already see I'm not going to be able to read one of them. 10-team, 3 wide receivers. Stroud, Wilson, Adams, Ayuk, Watson. I assume not. Am I not thinking of somebody? All I can think of is Deshaun Watson. Ayuk, Watson, Worthy, JSN, Gibbs, Javante, Bryant. Okay. Yeah, of course. Only the city that I lived in for most of my life, and obviously the team that I root for. Of course. Okay, so Stroud. So that's a nice wide receiver room. Gibbs, Javante, and you were able to get those late running backs to keep your room alive there. Ray Davis, man, I'm telling you, Ray Davis, if he gets an opportunity, obviously at some point in the season, if he hasn't had an opportunity, he's a guy who you might have to cut to fill in a spot elsewhere. But if you can hold on to him for long enough, and if he gets that opportunity, I think he'll be pretty good. McBride, Bowers. I don't think you'll ever need to play Bowers. Is the only thing. Yeah, that would be the only thing I probably would have gone running back instead of Bowers. I mean, maybe McBride won't be a top 5 tight end, but if he's one of those top 5 tight ends, you'll be risking a lot by playing Brock Bowers over him, I guess, in any given week, if there's a week where you're doing that. And it'll probably end up being that McBride, it's because McBride's in some terrible matchup and Bowers is in a really good matchup and Bowers is coming off of a good game. And then you'll play him. I'm just going to predict the future for you. You'll play Bowers over McBride in that situation, and McBride's going to go off for 30 points, and Bowers is going to have 5 points, and it'll lose you the week. it's fantasy football. That's just how things go. So I like to avoid those kinds of situations myself and just give myself endless running back depth and a nice wide receiver room like you got. I like the team 3 wide receivers. So Wilson, Adams, Ayuk, Watson, Worthy, JSN. So you got like 3 flyers ish. I mean, hopefully they're not flyers at the end of the season, but Watson, Worthy, JSN, a range of outcomes for them. And you got your 3 nice starters there with Adams, Ayuk, and Wilson. I think getting Wilson plus Gibbs plus, seems like a solid roster should be in it. And you got Stroud and McBride on top of that, which Wilson, Gibbs, Adams, Ayuk. Oh, it's 10 team, that's right. Still seems like somebody, maybe Ayuk. Seems like you kind of got some good value there in that spot. That's true. I mean, always possible to trade leverage. I don't know how well. I mean, it depends your league and everything, and obviously how well Bowers is, and you're drafting him because you believe in him. We're coming off of a year where it's tough to say this because of how well Sam Laporta did last year, but usually rookie tight ends aren't a good bet for fantasy football. So, I'm just worried about Bowers. I mean, I still have him borderline top 12. But kind of got to see it before I believe it type thing. That's why he was never a target of mine. But it's true. Definite. If Bowers shows up, then if he's good enough, the rest of your roster is hitting. You could always get rid of McBride too instead of Bowers and maybe get more like a McBride and Watson or McBride and Worthy and get yourself, or McBride and Adams. Maybe Adams is a little bit disappointed and get yourself, that next tier of wide receiver there or some crap, or that second running back spot. If Trevante and Brian Robinson and J.K. Dobbins are struggling to fill that in. So, it makes enough sense. Well, I joined this because there was weren't waiting for many people. Now we're waiting for 4 people. Oh, cow. Let's see here. Maybe we'd be better off going for the 10 person. Alright, let's try that. Maybe there just won't be any draft tonight. We'll see. Who scored the touchdown, Michael? Well, obviously, if there is not, I will just delete the video. But I will be, if there is, and you're watching this, should be streaming Saturday, tomorrow morning-ish, and then, and in the afternoon, or maybe it continues throughout, depending on if people are in or not. All right, Michigan State. The vote. See, we needed at least one more person to come in here, though. Well, I guess I could offset the vote with the maybe so vote. But now the vote is at 33%, 33%, 33% for yes, no, and maybe so. Send who to you, Michael? There's nobody here. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers are up 2-0, so that's great. There we go. Alright, well, it seems like there's some progress going on this 10-person one here. Maybe I just need to go to a higher dollar amount. What the heck? Come on. Jeez. No. It's not what we want. There we go. There we go. I am. You're one of them. I'm another. So there's one people or two people watching. Florida Atlantic. That's near me. I wonder how far away they are from me. Just Google it. Where are they playing? Michigan or Florida? Florida Atlantic is a... Oh, that's right. Atlantic. 2-hour drive. Almost on the same, not latitude, longitude. No, latitude. Almost exactly same latitude, opposite coast. Okay, 2 people. Come on. How do I leave this? Leave draft. There we go. Looks like people are slowing down entering these. Let's see if this fills up any quicker. 1 person, 8 person. You gotta think this one will beat it. Beat it. All right. We'll leave that draft. There we go. So I will put in the description about the 20-minute mark for draft beginning. Maybe even 19-minute mark here, huh? That's what we'll do. Somebody wanted timestamps for these things. I'm like, just fast forward till you see the draft starting. But I will give them partially what they want. I'll put one in here. So let's keep an eye out for any late risers, fallers occurring. Well, the fallers will be easy to see. Childs sucks for Michigan, MSU. For MSU? The M in MSU is Michigan. Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, starting off chalk. Chuckity chalk. Don't chalk back. This sucks. I got the 9 spot. Oh, well, it's 10 team. Alright, whatever. Still. Give me a top 8 pick, you know? That's where the cliff falls off. Maybe not. I keep underestimating AJ Brown, who I love. Alright, Bree, Samanra. Will Justin Jefferson, will Jamar Chase slip and slide on down, or will he get taken? Assume this person will take Bijan. Nope, they go for Chase and Bijan, and yeah, I'll take AJ. Garrett Wilson, Demir Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley. I'll be happy. I gotta think I have Saquon already, so I might just try to. Oh, you know what? Let me move myself. Move myself in the music, the moment. Come on. I'm on the clock. Oh gosh. There. That's better, right? Wilson, Gibbs go. So I'll stick with my rankings. I'll go Saquon there. Give this a little border, make it a little easier to. I look about right. There she goes. All right. Get my wild hair going. All right. So JT goes. Achan goes there. Nice and early. Then Puka. Marvin's still available halfway through the second. There he goes. This little shield means highly experienced. Okay. Oh, so you played tomorrow? Do they have a primetime game, or are they just playing amongst the rest of them? All right. Then we see Cooper Kupp going before Nico Collins. Look at that. That is something that I think you can anticipate could happen in your drafts. So if you like Cooper Kupp a lot, don't be afraid to be aggressive compared to where he's been going all off season. Nico Collins, Jalen Waddle, Debo, Ayuk, I assume, might climb up a little ways. Like he probably, if it wasn't for everything this offseason, I think he would at least be going over Malik Neighbors, if not over Adams, Olave, ahead of that group. Derrick Henry off, 330. Nice. Pacheco, little running back run, early third round. Adams. I don't know. NMB, I saw a report that Waddle could miss time with injury. Is this fake? I haven't seen any official reporting on him missing time. But I don't know that it's like not a thing either. I haven't been too concerned about the injury, but there hasn't been a whole lot said about it, NMB. So I don't know really what to think about it. he's struggled with injuries through his early young career so far. I will go Olave here. So, you know, what's to start in a season not healthy? Let me, in one moment. Let me see if I've missed any kind of reporting on it today. Yeah, I don't see any new, like, oh my gosh, he's going to be missing time. Nothing new has happened today that's been highly reported or anything. So I'm not sure exactly what you saw, but it's definitely a possibility. I guess I'll go with Tank here. How are we doing on the bye weeks? All right, AJ Brown, Chris Olave. NMB, if you just let you know, if you wanted to get, we can still do a draft. I've got a link there in the. I can send it out again. Shoot, I lost my chat. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I know I was on the clock. I had to. It's whatever if I miss a pick. So yeah, nothing to freak out about. You know, based on anything happening. You're very welcome, Meng. Like I said here, let me just pop this link back down here just in case. There you go. So we saw between my last pick, Olave, Ayuk, Metcalf, and then I went tanked out. Then we see the quarterbacks starting to go: Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Travis Etienne there, Smith. So, you know, I think it's pretty normal. Stephon Diggs sometimes falls a little way, so seeing that happen. Rashee Rice climbing in the draft, that's going to be a thing. So don't bank on his ADP on draft day. If you want him, you're going to have to go and get him earlier than you've been getting him all off season if you've been practicing for that. I have no clue, man. I'm going to be doing my own streaming tomorrow. I don't know what times I'm gonna be streaming or not, just depending on activity and everything. So I got no clue, but you know, one of those things that I'll try to keep it in mind, and if I'm available at that point in time, try to hop on in. I've got prepping a lot of stuff for next week. It's the first week of doing videos and everything, so I'm just might get lost in my work if I go ahead and try to get on early in the morning. If nobody comes into that one, I might not do an afternoon stream. I might just be doing work for the regular season rankings and waiver wire. Got to prep for that and get that filmed up. So it just all depends, man. Be live. Jeez, 1 a.m. That tomorrow or is that? I mean, is that tomorrow or Sunday 1 a.m.? So like tonight or tomorrow night? You talking about? Tonight? Okay, that's a late game. Gotta love the freaking East Coast for those late games. I never realized how much worse it is East Coast compared to Central Time. Even just that 1 hour makes such a difference. All right, Patrick Holmes, Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, T. Higgins. Oh, till 1 a.m. I was thinking it was like starting at 1 a.m. I gotcha. T. Higgins, McBride, Laporta. So let's see. Mark Andrews still hanging about. That's normal. Yeah, as you know, with Rashee Rice, I'll keep it at that. I feel like with Rasheed Rice, you could see a guy like Zay Flowers maybe suddenly start to fall a little bit more than before. There you saw him fall 7 spots. That's about right about where Rasheed Rice normally getting taken there. All right. Tight end or not? I think we'll go for James Cook here. Brewers scoring or what? Scouting Shadir Sanders. We'll see. Still a long season to go ahead before we scout him completely. Milwaukee up 4-0 against the Cincinnati Reds. Just keep calling the game, man. That way if somebody pops in, you know, they might more likely to stick around. It's tough. Life of a streamer with no business. With no, business. Do I go tight end here or grab another wide receiver or running back? I feel like I want to get some of these running backs before they disappear completely. Kenneth Walker. And it's going to be a while. I think I'll go with Rashad White here. Take a little bit of a gamble on him. Could be fantastic again, or not. George Pickens it is. I thought I clicked on it. Alright, well, we got some boom in that wide receiver room. Boom, 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 boom. In the wide receiver room. I want to keep together to forever. I can click on the smileys too. Alright, so I did see this voting update. Will Spencer Rattler take over as QB1 in New Orleans at some point this season? 40% yes, 40% no, 20% maybe so. Xavier Worthy, maybe falling a little bit. There we go. Justin Reed, Jaden Reed, CJ Stroud, Calvin Ridley. So around this next turn, should probably not go wide receiver. I really want to. Wide receiver should go a lot quicker. Like when we're looking at Khalil Shakir, we're also looking at B-Rod. It's just crazy. All right. Kyle Pitts going off. Amazing that Keenan Allen and Rome are so close. What up? Go which Swift? I've got it available. Link is in chat if you want to do one. But nobody was here, so okay. I figured DeAndre just seems random since there's no game going on. So it's like, am I missing something? So I just hopped on Sleeper and did one of these mock drafts just in case people want to watch something. Shimkus. Goes Keenan, Odunze, back to back. Don't you pick DeAndre Swift a lot? All right. Chris Godwin sure seems like a nice, decent value here. So does James Conner. And Alvin and David Montgomery. And Raheem Mostert. Okay. Well, get one more wide receiver off the board here. I think it's 3 wide receivers and a flex, so we're still fine. Oh, pick Swift in here. He's not. Oh, he is available down there. I got Raheem Mostert ranked ahead of him. And Connor. I gotta pick him. I didn't have any time to not pick him. James Conner joining the roster. I was actually gonna go for Raheem Mostert, but actually I was gonna go Alvin Kamara, but he got taken right in between, and I didn't see that till I got back. Brah, I mean, not much more here. Keon Coleman, Deontay Johnson falling in the draft. Few spots. Let's see how much further. Definitely another guy who tends to, surprises ADPs quite that high. Tends to fall most of the times. I feel like more often than not compared to where you see him, his ADPs. But there must be a contingent of drafters in Carolina that are like taking him way high. It just offset that ADP by a few spots. 10-ish. A round. Half a round. Jameson Williams gone. Yeah, I guess that makes sense for this kind of drafting. Yeah, so you had DeAndre Swift just a little ways behind Kamara, Connor, and Mostert, who are still available. There goes Mostert. There goes Jones. Fergie Ferg. If Evan Ingram could make it to me, that'd be pretty sweet. Jaylen Warren. So people aren't too afraid of Jaylen Warren. I think he is trending towards he's supposed to be playing week 1 already. So, that's obviously positive vibes around that situation as well. Powers greater than Ingram. I don't think this year. Very rare for a rookie tight end to do much. I should probably grab a quarterback here and a running back. Samir White, Jordan Love. Samir White, Jaden Daniels, come join the team. So let's see. No quarterback taken in between. Only 2 running backs. But I'm okay with either quarterback. So I think I will take Samir White here. And then whichever quarterback he wants to let me have. Unless he takes them both. Caleb Williams. Oh, he's a rookie. Doesn't run as much as Jaden Daniels. It's right there, and that's I've still got Brock Purdy ranked higher than him. Tua, Goff. I can't quite call, but he's in the same tier as them. Nah, I'd take Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels ahead of him yet. Speaking of, gimme. Oh, just in the nick of time there. Blanked out. All right, so that went as planned. I think I had Jordan Love like one spot ahead. It's close. Let's see. No, a little bit more than that. All right, 4 spots. Yeah, one spot never would have made sense because I knew I had him ahead of Jaden Daniels. I'm a moron. Jared Goff was the one that I mentioned though, that not ahead of him. All right, so we got 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, quarterback. What's the wide receiver room looking like? If we could get a Romeo Dobbs. I mean, Rashid Shaheed wouldn't be bad for this type of, nor Adonai. Brandon Cooks or Mike Williams. Gosh, I don't know which one I'd rather have. Jalen Tolbert could have some big games. Marcus Robinson definitely. That's a definite target. That might be. Jalen Hyatt, I suppose. Trey Tucker is going to have a couple of big games. Alright, so we'll just put that as an emergency last wide receiver there. In the meantime, yeah, a couple of those targets gone off. Chase Brown, so the running backs are going. Ooh, somebody reaching up for Chase Brown. So that's another name I think you're seeing from time to time. He goes ahead of Moss in this instance. From time to time, goes a lot earlier than ADP, depending on, is somebody at your draft table loves him or not. Anybody falling here? Are these projected fantasy points? I was confused. I thought this was ranking. I was like, how is Caleb Williams so low? But it's so high. All right. Yeah, look at this discrepancy of where like Brian Robinson goes compared to DeAndre Hopkins there. Some of these running backs go a little too late, which is fine by me. We'll take Brian Robinson. So we got 11 guys. How many more do we need? Or can we get? Seven more picks. One more wide receiver. Probably 2 more wide receivers at least. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to take Caleb there. Instead, I will take... I think Tua's probably got a slightly higher chance at more games, bigger games than Trevor. So we'll go Tua. Alright, if it's only those two, it's only those two. We'll get by. Definitely want Noah Fant. Be okay with Dalton Schultz for sure at this point. Luke Musgrave. My boy. Kate Otten, you get kind of late. So I'm surprised Noah Fant goes higher than Kate Otten here. Everywhere else he goes lower, but for some reason on here it goes nice and high. Johnny Smith could stack that up just a little bit. Okay. And do we want one more running back on the roster? Oh, update on the voting. It's a split, 33% for yes, no, and maybe so again. That really seems to be a another vote came in, maybe so, taking the lead, 43% yes and no at 29%. Really appreciate that. Very important vote. Very important vote. It's going to have a lot of impacts on what happens in the NFL this year, I think. No, so if you missed it earlier, I did say I tend to lean towards no. My vote would be maybe so, but New Orleans has a really good schedule this year, or at least appears so coming into the season, and so I think they're gonna be in the mix and have enough wins and everything that they're not going to come to a point in the season where it's going to be like, well, let's find out about our future. Let's see if Spencer Rattler's our guy. I think they're going to be in the mix coming down to the wire. So I just don't think they're going to have that outcry to start somebody over Derek Carr just because of their record and everything. But maybe if their defense is like doing all the heavy lifting, you could see people saying, hey, let's try that other guy out. See what happens there. So we have 5 running backs, 6, 7. We have 5 more picks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we need one more quarterback. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That only leaves 1 tight end. Okay. Quarterback, tight end, tight end. Wide receiver, wide receiver. I think that's the deal. Oh, guess who else is available? I'm sure real late. Where are you, Zach? Show your face, Zach. Here we go. So right around here, Mike Williams, come on. Well, Jacoby Myers ain't too bad. He has his games. Brandon Cooks 2. Darnell Mooney might. Yeah. I think let's not push our luck anymore. Dalton Schultz could be a real steal here, so we'll take Dalton Schultz. And then I think we're going to run with these 5 running backs. Thinking Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, I think we'll get our quarterback back. Kirk Cousins, it will be. Alright, good. I should have checked that bye week quickly. Oh well. It worked out. So 2, 3, 4. More picks. Tight end. Wide receiver, wide receiver. Shoot, I miscounted. We could fill up a running back. Jaleel wouldn't be a bad bet. Jalen Wright wouldn't be a bad bet. I wonder. Okay. Somebody could make it there. Otherwise, Jordan Mason might be somebody to think about. Eventually, Marshawn Lloyd's going to get his chance. Wow, Carson Steele had his hype train on here, huh? All right. Pat Fryermuth's still available that late. I gotta think about it, don't I? Maybe. Just like the vote. Maybe so. Anybody in here? The roll's in here. The roll, you ready? I could try to do two at once shortly. There you go. 14 league, 2 QBR. Hold up. I gotta take care of these. That's gonna be about the 55-minute mark. There we go. All right. I'm gonna start it because I can take a quarterback real quick here before I'm up. Go on. Lamar, come join my team. All right, Lamar Jackson. We can pass up on a little bit of, yeah, we'll take Jalen Wright here. And Xavier Legette, Josh Downs, definitely enticing options. But I think I'll grab Jordan Mason up as well. Wait, that's right. I got Jalen Wright just a moment ago. I'll get Noah Fant off the board here. So we went heavy wide receiver early and then came back. Cam Akers greater than Jordan. Yeah, not Cam. No, that's not true. Yeah, let's go quarterback there. Kyler and Chris Olave. Cam Akers barely getting drafted. 208. Guy had like 3 big games and people still love him 3 years later. What you end up getting? To draft Burrow here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine so. A little early for Dak, but it's funny. Um, I will. I'll take Mark Andrews and Cooper Cup. Never mind. And James Cook. Get a running back. Yeah, I got Joe a tier above, but it's not a big tier break. It's just because Dallas hasn't done anything this offseason. I'm a little bit afraid defenses will be able to figure them out. Z Zabby, I'm coming up on my turn here in 2 drafts, so give me a second and I will get right to you. I've overextended myself, maybe. Um, oh, man. Wide receivers have been going. I will grab Jaden Reed there. Is Rashid Rice taken? No. And Rashid Rice. Coming up on this one. Jalen Tolbert's still available. Noise. We didn't need another running back. So we will go Jalen and probably DeMarcus. And then finish up. Oh. And finish up. Yeah, I would have taken DeMarcus Robinson over Jalen Tolbert. Oh well. And we'll finish up with Zach Ertz. Should we do that? We've already got, yeah, we're looking for big games. Let's get Kate on. I feel like Zach Ertz maybe not as much that kind of guy. And then back here. Okay. Running back. We'll go with Austin Eckler and Shucks. And Brian Thomas. I don't know. All right. Z Zabby. Half point PPR, 12 team, 6 point per touchdown pass last to get a quarterback. Okay. So you got Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Deebo Samuel, McBride, Ayuk, Mostert, Devin Singletary, Hopkins, Jared Goff, which you can get by with, especially when you pair that up with Stafford, and Lockett. Passing yards the same as rushing yards for a quarterback. I think that's a really strong roster. I don't think you're ever going to end up playing Tyler Lockett, or you're going to wish you had somebody better than Tyler Lockett to play when you do need to play that other wide receiver. But other than that, really strong roster there. I mean, and Stafford passing 6 point per passing touchdown definitely helps, like a Stafford. I don't know how much it makes a difference for Goff. Goff's just kind of one of those guys where play him when he's playing at home or in dome, which he's playing in a dome a lot this year, or don't play him. Kind of goes off or he doesn't do anything. I've already got 2 quarterbacks. I could probably use one more here. We will grab Bo Nix. And we definitely need running back. J.K. Dobbins, thank you. It's lovely when there's always a starter that late. Yep. As always. And that's Joe Burrow. We'll just pretend like that's Joe Burrow. In fact. There you go. You got Joe Burrow again. Gibson, Jalen Wright, very nice. Marshawn Lloyd. Mario. Let's take a shot. I just should have grabbed. Oh man, yeah, I should have grabbed like Julio McLaughlin there. And still need a defense, a kicker, and I think in this instance, one more running back, probably. Olave, Reed, Rice, Brian Thomas, yeah. Probably a running back. Braylon Allen, come join the squad. Well, hold up. Is Jordan Mason down here? Can you search? And Cleveland. Out of those choices, Penix joined my squad. Zabby, a team picked Purdy as his backup quarterback. The pick before I was going to snag him. Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah, Purdy would have been nicer. But week one, I mean, he probably would have played Stafford, who I think is going up against Detroit. So that wouldn't have been bad. So you'd have been fine. But I was going to say week one, like definitely Goff over Purdy. At least I think so. Let's see. I have my ranking. I have my... How did I rank them so far? These aren't finalized, but these are my week one rankings. Goff, Purdy. I've got Purdy all the way back at 18 going up against the Jets there. And 2 tiers difference even. So week one, it works out for you. On a roll. Goff is supposed to... Some people think he's going to have a massive year, especially when they look at his schedule. In part because he's playing in so many dome games. Penix joined... What? Penix. Well, if there's an injury, and if he turns out to be good, both those things happen. You'd be all right. All right. Just hope we can figure it out for that RB2. Otherwise, we're good. Especially at the quarterback spots. Hopefully that'll help make up for that and the tight end. Waddle, Higgins, Mike Will, Jerry Jeudy. Now, once again, a little thin if anything were to happen. Robinson, Spears, Gibson, Wright. Yeah, that's a solid backup running backs there. As always, I think one quarterback too many's. And likely as a backup. I don't... Playing George Kittle, you should play him every single week. But in the event of my boy going down, which has happened 2 years in a row, likely does pretty good. And to finish up this, or to look at the final... That's a pretty good projection there, I feel like. 3,163. Jordan Love, Tua, Kirk for the quarterbacks. Saquon, James Cook, James Conner, Zamir White, Brian Robinson, Jalen Wright for the running backs. I think it worked pretty well on this one. A.J. Brown, Chris Olave, Tank Dell, George Pickens, Chris Godwin, Jalen Tolbert. Might be a little bit thin at wide receiver. Hopefully health will be with this team. Yeah, probably maybe could have just gone wide receiver instead of Cade Otton to finish this off. But Dalton Schultz, Noah Fant, Cade Otton to finish it off. There we go. All right. Zabby, thanks for stopping on through, man. It was nice to see you around here. Hopefully you'll see you more this throughout the year. Hope you're happy with that roster. I think you did a really nice job of drafting there. Have a lot to be excited about with that roster. If nothing else, it should be fun. If Jalen Wright's still available, it doesn't look like you have too deep of a bench. So maybe don't have 3 Miami running backs. Never mind. I just stick with Achane and Mostert. That's probably a little bit of a headache that you set yourself up with between Achane and Mostert. But whenever Achane and or Mostert's injured, that'll be good. And if Achane's a little bit disappointing or something, whatever, you got that covered. So to finish off the vote, we are ending the poll at maybe so. I forgot to add a second in the lineup. What are you talking about? Oh, I gotcha. Well, the computer still drafted. I had 2 quarterback picks, so the computer still drafted for it. I'll get it set up, and then I'm just going to end the stream so the video's not so long that nobody will click on it. But I'll get it set up, and then shortly after I end the video, we'll start it. So hold up. Let me just get us in here. I'll keep with you, though. I'll do one. I will try to. I'm probably going to bed around then, but yeah, I'll hang out. I'll put it up. You know, I might not be incredibly active or whatever, but I'll at least give you the view and keep you on and say hello here and there at the very least. Draft settings. 2 quarterback. 14 team, 1.5 minutes, update that sucker, roster, plus a quarterback, update that. So I will be going live if there's any sick viewers out there watching this. Let me also, well, I guess it doesn't matter if I fix it. I will be live tomorrow, Saturday, morning-ish, before noon, and, yeah, that is that. So that's all the announcements we have for that. And then, of course, next week, fun stuff ahead. Let me send you a link. And the role, I think you're subbed to the Football Extraordinaire. So start of 3rd, FAU 3, MSU 16. Yeah, you gotta learn how to sleep, man. It's good for you. Especially when you're young. If you can't sleep, figure out what's preventing it and fix it. Which I know is easier said than done in a lot of circumstances. I didn't mean to dismiss that. All right, you are in here, Mr. Roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go from 6 then. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream, Mr. Roll, and then just give me a second, and I will start the draft, and we can do this in perfect silence. Don't fall asleep on me. And I will end the stream. So thank you guys for hopping on in here. It's nice to see you as always. You two are always very loyal, and thank you for anybody else who stopped in with their questions. It was appreciated, and hopefully see everybody around soon enough. Peace out. Now.